Hi, my name is Angie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am a mom to 4. I love to homeschool, I love to read books, and I love to share a lot about that on this channel. And so today's video is more of a book video. It is actually one of my favorite types of videos to film. It's a try a chapter video. So here's what's going on. I'm taking my big kids, they're 6 and they're 5, and we're gonna go visit my family. And so we are currently planning on flying. We got plane tickets. Man, we tossed around. Driving is just like 16 hours. So the plan is still currently to fly. I am participating in the reading rush, which has been running since Monday and it'll run till Sunday. But there are some books that are kind of calling to me right now, so I'm going to include some books that aren't on my reading rush list. Anyway, although Rebecca is. So Rebecca's on my reading rush list, but that's on my to try a chapter list as well as Home Before Dark and the first 15 lives of Harry August. Okay, Rebecca, Gothic. So Gothic, suspense, mystery sort of book about this woman who meets this man on a ship or something like that. They fall in love. He asks her to marry him. They get married. Then they end up going back to his estate because he's rich and she's not. And so she gets dropped into this world of running an estate. But the twist is that he had just recently lost his previous wife. So he had just been widowed. And his previous wife's name was Rebecca. And all the people at this mansion or estate or whatever loved Rebecca. And so this woman is having a tough time adjusting. So I'm going to read the first chapter, and then I'll get to the other 2 books, read those first chapters, and then decide what I'm going to read on the plane. So let me start with this one. I love reading the first chapter of books. I think it's really fun. It gets me very excited. Okay, let me dive in. Right. Well, that was good. That was really good. It kind of was a little bit sad. So basically the first chapter was the narrator, the woman, I don't know what her name is, she was remembering Manderley, the estate, and she was kind of in a dreamlike state. So she was walking through it as if it had been abandoned for many, many years, and she was kind of remembering it. And she was remembering it fondly, but she was also reminding herself that she didn't have to be scared anymore, that this place wasn't scary. And then she said she woke up hundreds of miles away and they would not be talking about Manderley because Manderley was gone. Yeah, sounds really good. Definitely has a very atmospheric writing style, which I like it. She made me already feel like I was at this house. So, okay, the next book I will pick up is the first 15 Lives of Harry August. This is by Claire North. And so this is kind of a time travel, it's not really a travel book, a time bending kind of book where it talks about this man who relives his life over and over and over, but it never changes. He remembers his previous lives, but he can't make any changes in his current life until one day he's given a note, like a message from his previous self, I think, right on his deathbed that tells him some things, and then he starts to affect change. So it just sounds so good. I love books like that. So let me hop in to this first chapter and I will let you know what I think. Okay, well, I knew this was science fiction. Okay, so I knew that. It was a very short first chapter. It was sharing about the girl with the message for the Dr. August on his deathbed. And her message is very peculiar. It's very interesting. It's talking about the end of the world, like the world is ending. And this message has been passed on and on and on and on, and now it's up to you. And he's like, why should I care? And then it stops. So I don't even know what to make of that. That sounds really interesting. That could go so many different ways. Huh. Oh, I'm glad I read that first chapter. Okay, last book that I potentially could pick up on the plane is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. So like I've mentioned in a lot of previous videos, I have just recently read Lock Every Door. Loved it, picked this up right away. Actually, I signed up for Book of the Month in order to pick it up because I loved that book so much. And I'm excited to see if I like Riley Sager as an author. This book is about a girl who goes back to her childhood home that was said to be haunted. Her dad wrote this book about this house and this ghost and all of these things, and the house has been since abandoned. It's been left abandoned through her whole childhood, and she has just now inherited it because her parents have passed away. she's in the business of like fixing up old homes. And so she's like, I'll just go live there. There's no such thing as ghosts. And then she goes, she stays there, she starts fixing the house. And then I think some pretty creepy, scary things start happening. So let me read the first chapter and see if anything creepy or scary happens right away. Okay, so the first chapter was her as a girl, where she's asking her dad to get the ghosts out of her room. And she's very convinced, she's very terrified. He's looking under the bed, in the closet, all these things. And she really believes it, and she's really scared. And then she says some stuff like, she's talked to one of them, and he says that they all are gonna die in the house. And that just sounds so scary. There was no long on-ramp in this book. I feel like it got started right away into the somewhat scary. So that's the third book. Now I just have to pick. This part is the hardest, but my favorite part, because we're getting on a plane tomorrow, unless we really just decide to drive. Oh man. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's so hard to pick, though. I picked 3 really good ones and really interesting ones. But I'm just really curious about this whole time travel idea and how he is going to save the world, because the world is coming to an end really quickly, according to the girl. So I don't know, this just sounded really good. Kind of came out of nowhere. I was expecting one of the other 2. So anyway, I'm going to pick up this one. I will let you know what I think in some future wrap-up, but that is my try a chapter video for vacation, for getting on a plane tomorrow. So yeah, that is what I have for this video. Please comment below with maybe what you would have picked based on my descriptions, or if any of these sound really good, or if you have read any of them. So please do that. And otherwise, thank you for stopping by. Please consider liking the video, subscribing if you like what you see. Otherwise, I will see you when I get back from vacation. Okay, take care.